Very cool. This is the actual 19th Amendment, which passed the Senate 105 years ago today. It gave women the right to vote and was brought about by the incredible grassroots efforts of the women's suffrage movement. By the way, if Ted Cruz had been a senator during the suffrage movement, he would have opposed it. Let's just be very clear about that. Ted Cruz is a reactionary. It is fundamental to his ideology to oppose like liberatory movements. I don't think they really have the disposition to be like, political leaders. I think we don't want to like mess up the foundations of the country. It's like women are meant to be, like make me a sandwich, and men do the politics. Like he would have fully been opposed to it. A historic civil rights victory for every American. Republicans always have to do this like faux appeal to like, you know, to like, look, we accept, like modernity. We're not like we don't want to return to like our idealized version of America before this happened, as they're like electing judges to repeal women's right to choose as we speak. Um Now, what do we think the comments are going to be? Yep, here's a good one. That's nice, but the cultural ramifications that ensued were, well, let's just say that we're suffering through it. So, yeah. So, yeah, we would be like like fundamentally reactionary, free market uh 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 paradise, led by strong men is the implication here. Worst documents ever. 1. The Talmud. I think he means Jews. And 2. The 19th Amendment. Women's suffrage was a mistake. Repeal the 19th Amendment. See, like, this is what I mean. Like, these people, like, vote for Republicans, right? But the Republicans have to do this performative, like, no, we don't like fundamentally as part of our base rely on people who think women shouldn't be allowed to vote. I'm starting to think this would have been a mistake from a woman. Well, some of them are soldiers for the cause, I suppose. Repeal, perhaps the most harmful amendment ever. Perhaps the most harmful amendment ever. He's like, I don't know. His name's just God. He's like, I don't know. It's perhaps the 19th Amendment. Might be the 13th Amendment. But I don't know. It seems like we might have a better chance of repealing the 13th Amendment if the 19th Amendment wasn't passed. He's doing good, like causative reasoning here. Beginning of our downfall. Needs to be repealed. Should be repealed. Like this, it's full of these, you know? Ted, I don't know what you're doing, dude. You're not being very good at appealing to your base. You need to be more upfront about what you believe. If you burn it, will that nullify the amendment? If so, I have a match. Like this comment thread is just full of people unironically being like, this is when the West fell. Been downhill since. It's been downhill since. Should be repealed. It's been an unmitigated disaster. See, Mike Johnson knows. He knows where his base is. He's like, oh, I'm gonna, I'm gonna do some strategic uh campaigning here, I'm gonna go because I know this comment section is gonna be full. I know this reply section is gonna be full of people who agree with me about repealing the 19th Amendment, so. And now we're doomed. So yeah, not surprising, but you know, it is funny. It is funny when you see that many people who are that reactionary concentrated into like one reply section like that. It does put into perspective a little bit. Like, I know this is not like a widespread thing. I know this even among Republicans, it's not like most of them don't want to repeal the 19th Amendment, but it's more than you think it would be. Homeboy, you're literally staring at what ruined America. It is amazing. It is funny how like Islamophobic these people are because like fundamentally their politics are not that much different than like a fundamentalist Islamic caliphate, like they're not. They're like they're like no, like women shouldn't be allowed to affect government. They agree with the Islamic fundamentalists on that. You'd think if they were smart, they'd like have a coalition, unite in solidarity against women's suffrage.